we are educated, but there's something that you are revealed here. I never knew about it. You understand? And these are some of the things that draw my attention to your show. A lot of people, even down to the opposition, Ronnie, maybe you haven't noticed that. Even down to the opposition, I see some of them, they come quietly because one thing is that you block most of them that come here to behave rudely. But most of them, they come to learn from you. And they come quietly and just sit and listen. And understand to some of the things that you put out there. So, my brother, I mean, you think people are not recognizing or don't appreciate your hard work? You got that wrong,
No,
Ronnie.
but
You got that wrong.
here's the thing here. Here's the thing here. In
Yeah.
opposition, if I were in the opposition, they will be recognizing me. If I pick up the phone to call them, they will be coming to me.
Of course.
But look at our ministers. Look at our party chairman. You live in Virginia right now. See how the race is tight over there. I don't know which they carry, which party carry that. But you see how people appreciate people here, right? This means us say over there, we cover up for them. When they make some things or when they lie on them, we come here, we talk for them. I also say that we sleep together, we eat together.
Yeah.
We don't know them from nowhere. But at least to say a thank you, they don't want to do it. In America here, you working, you go to work all the time from January to December, and they ready to honor people who they well on that job. And you know you've been there all the time, and you did not get any, at least some little battle to say thank you. How you think you're gonna feel?
Right.
You're gonna feel that I'm
you'll be disappointed.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I'll be disappointed. I'll be
that's the main
disappointed.
issue I want you now to think about before you talk to me. Because what I need right now is somebody to say, you know what, I can get the person here to talk to you. I can get the person to pay attention so you can be able to tell these guys, let me tell you, Biden is going to be president. Those guys in the opposition will do everything to make
not quite yet.
I got confidence in me, all right? That's what makes me better than me. I got confidence. I'm telling you now, I'm making history here.
Okay.
Biden is going to win.
Okay.
You can reject it all you want. I'm saying Biden is going to win.
Right.
I don't lose on anything. Trust me. I don't lose on anything. I do not lose on anything. Take my word for it today. Maybe you can believe me. You can. Everybody can say what they want to say. But when the time comes, you say, oh, yeah, I believe you, Randy. And this is not by mistake. This is not by mistake. Let me tell you what happening right now, all right? Let me tell you what happening right now.
Okay.
Let's take a little break. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. This is J. Randy here, and thank you for coming to join me here again. I was just reflecting on one of my old videos from 2020, and you heard it. And I told the guy that Biden is going to win. I don't lose. I said it so many times. And the Cummings presidency is something that I am very much confident that we are going to win. Yes, we are going to win. We are going to take Mr. Cummings to that executive mansion. Yes, we are going to take Mr. Cummings to that executive mansion. So I would like to say welcome to you. This is the first edition of the Cummings Vision Show. Going forward, as of today, the show here now will be called the ABC Vision. We are going to explain to you the Cummings vision, what it stands for, what are the benefits that you stand to receive, what will be your role in supporting the vision, and we will factor that in with other programs. So we'll spend some time discussing the vision, and then we'll discuss other things. So this is a new beginning. Thank you for being part of this. This is August the 1st, 2022. We are starting a new program called the Alexander B. Cummings Vision. We will be discussing the vision here. This is the first edition, and I would like to say welcome to you guys for taking the time up to join me. I do not lose. I don't like to lose, and that's why I plan very carefully to succeed. Of lately, you have seen what happened in Liberia, and Mr. Weah has been smoked out of his so-called comfort zone. I don't know. This brother all day today, I was home today. All day today, I was home today. Why he couldn't call? Ah, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. All day I was home. You can't do that. And I would not have to answer the call, bro. I apologize, but I cannot answer the call right now. Yes, I cannot answer the call right now. All right. So please share the video. We are just starting the show today. We will not go in depth. We'll just touch a base of it, and then we will continue with that tomorrow. Let me say hi to Vivian here. Yes, my prediction, says Vivian. I did that. I didn't do it for Obama because I knew it was a clear cut thing. I did that for Weah. I did that for Trump, and I'm doing that now for Cummings. So Cummings is going to be president. Yes, he's going to be president. I'm telling you. And the effort we put in here, do not overlook it. All right. So we had issue in Liberia of lately. We saw how students at the University or of the University of Liberia were brutalized by COP. And what did the president say? The president said he doesn't know what COP stands for, right? Well, I got something here to show you guys right away. Yes. When you're dealing with J. Randy, you know that's J. Randy, right? So relax. Let us listen to Mr. Cummings first because we are premiering his vision show. So let's listen to Cummings. Let's listen to Cummings' message. Remember, when this violence started, Mr. Cummings condemned the violence. Mr. Weah kept quiet, never did anything. And then when many people in the news media, on social media, including us here, started to hold Mr. Weah accountable, Mr. Cummings came out with a second message, and just within that time, Mr. Weah came and started to tell Liberian people all kind of crap. So without further delay, let's go to the Cummings first video of the day. Yes. J. Randy, you page is being hiked. My page is never hiked. My page is never hiked. How they going? Auto. My page is not hiked. My page is never hiked. My page is never hiked. I have been hiked before, but my page is never hiked. Yes, I'm telling you now. My page is never hiked. Only Facebook can hack my page. Not nobody else. Nobody can hack my page right now. Yes, I'm telling you, Ato. Nobody can hack my page, bro. So I don't know what you mean my page is being hacked. I'm looking at my page right here, and everything here seems to be going good here for me. Everything seems to be going good here for me. There go my page here, bro. So I don't know what you mean by that at all, but my page is very well going well. All right. My page cannot be hacked. I have tightened every string on my page. All right. So let's go to Mr. Cummings' message. Let's go to Mr. Cummings' message. All right. Let's go to Mr. Cummings' message here and let's listen to Mr. Cummings here. For those of you who haven't listened to this, let's join
My
Mr.
fellow
Cummings.
Liberians, a day of national celebration, July 26, turned into one of sorrow and violence due to the shocking brutality meted out against peaceful students of the University of Liberia under the banner of the Student Unification Party SUP, who were exercising their right to peacefully protest. The thuggish and brutal behavior is alleged to be sponsored by the state, by the government of Liberia, and supervised by individuals with close association to the ruling party and this government. We also note the undemocratic pattern of targeting peaceful protesters and opposition candidates. This lawlessness and violence against peaceful citizens, including by those with the duty to protect all Liberians and ensure the exercise of their constitutional rights, are unacceptable. Unacceptable. ANC as a political institution has issued a statement condemning this brutality and threat to our fragile peace and exercise of citizenship rights in our country, for which many suffered, sacrificed, and died. We have therefore called for an immediate investigation, arrest of the identifiable suspects who perpetrated their violence in clear public view and recorded it for its frightening effects. Let me be clear. We do not and will not accept another sham of a so-called investigation that leads to no useful results except to encourage the thugs. We intend to be fully engaged with this process with a clear view of rallying the needed support to stop it now. We are aware that if we don't, we only invite the violent disruptions to our peaceful lives, the instilling of fear in the population, and the undermining of our hard-earned democracy. We cannot and will not allow any of these to happen in our country. Not now and never again. Mr. President, Mr. Prime Minister McGill, be advised. On this pattern of creeping violence, it is not enough to announce yet another investigation with the usual suspect endings. Our country will not descend into fear, intimidation, and lawlessness. If anyone thinks they can orchestrate crimes and violence against the Liberian people now and get away with it later, I ask you to think again. A Cummings administration will smoke you out and deservedly punish you for crimes against the Liberian people. Enough is enough. Let me personally promise Sioux protesters, other students, and the Liberian people, working together, you will get justice. You will get justice. In closing, let me say this as clearly as I can. The cycle of impunity and unaccountability will end in the Cummings administration. State power is not a license to hurt innocent and peaceful Liberians who are the real owners of state powers. We will end this failed and recycled mentality of it happened in the past so we can do it now. That is why, as president, I will prosecute all those abusing their positions or affiliations to commit crimes and perpetrate violence against peaceful citizens. So help me God. I thank you. God bless you. And God bless Liberia.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and this message, I don't know, but I will encourage you to listen to this message again. As we launch the Common Vision show, this show is actually going to in-depth discuss Mr. Common Vision as it relates to all the happenings in the country. So I encourage you to come here. I encourage you to invite your friends because this show we will be discussing the Cummings vision here. This message, very, very powerful. Yes, very, very powerful. This message feel more presidential. This message feel more in control of the situation. This message show his power he has, and I don't think he should give up on the voice. He need to maintain the voice going forward, and he need to speak on stuff going forward. And I really encourage him to continue to do the same. Now, after this conversation, what do we learn here? We learned that Mr. Weir, he came up. I don't know what my stuff is just buffering here. Let me see here. I'm on 2.5. Let me go to 5. Let me go to I hate the virus and stuff here. So let's see. Am I moving now? Yes, okay. So I'm at 5G now. They talk about 5G all the time. 5G doesn't even work for me. All right. So again, this message was very powerful from Mr. Cummings, and I highly encourage every one of you guys to really listen and listen to it again. I am gathering more and more of his video because in time to come, we're going to start to broadcast most of these things here. Now, now that he said this, you see, Mr. Weir, he actually lied to the Liberian people. Yeah, Mr. Weir lied to the Liberian people. Mr. Weir told you guys that he was not in the know about the CPP. That's not true. Yes. He said he was not in the know of the COP, rather. He said he knew nothing about the COP. That's not true. Mr. Weir is not honest to you. He was giving you misinformation. Yes, that was not true. Mr. Weir is aware of the CDC COP. So what we do here, let's listen to Mr. Weir now. Because you see, when Mr. Cummings spoke, when Mr. Cummings condemned the incident on July 26th, July 2017, Mr. Weir said nothing. July 2018, he said nothing. The 29th, the 30th, the 31st, Mr. Weir was very mute and did not give a damn, right? But then when the media picked it up, you and I started talking about it. Mr. Cummings came back with it. Just listen to a powerful message. The U.S. ambassador picked it up. The State Department, they pick it up. And you know what they told Mr. Weir? If you want to come to the United States to sit with your body, you need to get your act together because you are on the brink of not coming over here. That's the message they gave to him. You are on the brink of not coming to this country because while you're lying over there, people wearing your party's t-shirt and humiliating, beating their fellow Liberians, and you keeping quiet on that, you might not come here. What I want you to understand here, it was not Mr. Weir's unwilling ways to maintain rule and order. There are three things that Joseph Biden gave to Weir and all the African leaders. One, put in place a government. Put a government best practice in place that will not show that you are a dictator. An authoritative, whatever I'm looking for, authoritative government. Yes, an authoritative government. We don't want that kind of government. He said we don't need any kind of government that just has absolute authority over its people. And that's what Mr. Weir has been doing for a very long time. The second thing they told Mr. Weir, you need to get your act together to fight corruption. The third thing they told him, respect the rule of law and let every citizen of that country, including visitor in that country, be given the right to do X, Y, Z. Out of those three things, Mr. Weir failed everything. He allowed people to brutalize Liberians who stand for their right. He coming up with statements saying, oh, anybody who cross me, you will not walk free. Those were intimidating, terrifying description coming for him as a president. The issue of corruption, tomorrow we're going to further discuss this on the morning show because I owe the people in Liberia. Minister Jenny Cooper of the Agriculture Ministry. The IMF has been working with the Weir administration for a very long time, and they have worked with many countries around the world. But when Mr. Cummings always say too much stealing in this government, he's on the ground, he sees them every day, he hears things, he finds things out for himself. He's absolutely right. The IMF came initially and worked with the Weir administration to help them build an economy. During early administration, they put in the IAA, they put in the GSC, they put in the LACC. These are integrated institutions that are supposed to create check and balance in the government. So recently, from what I'm gathering, the IMF decided to ask the Weir administration to work with the national legislature and amend the function of the LACC. They did not tell them to dismantle anything. And they said that will help to reduce corruption within the government institutions. So the LACC boss, Mr. Martin, started with the Ministry of Agriculture, and he started to audit that lady. He discovered that the lady was giving contract to her brother. And there was a $5 million sitting down over there. When she left the country to visit another country on a mission, the WIA government, from what I'm hearing from my source, is still unconfirmed, went behind Madam Jenny Cooper and took that $5 million without a woman's consent. When the woman returned, she was upset about it. She was very upset about that, from what I'm told. And she said she was going to speak to the media. But the CDC government said, don't say anything. We got your back. And that when they decided now to dismantle the entire LACC, get rid of this guy, clear everything out, level it down. That's what they did. Just to protect Jenny Cooper, because Jenny Cooper wanted to talk. Do you see that as somebody who fought in corruption? And then now with the recent situation on Independence Day. So after all these things we are seeing, let's listen to Mr. Weir here. Right? Because for his own, he doesn't come on camera. He blocked the camera and read down and then just put it into social media, onto social media, and everybody started sharing it. So after Mr. Cummings smoked that message out, the media pick it up, we all pick it up. It started to burn like a wildfire. The UN embassy picked it up. Mr. Weir became very concerned. It was went down today. He issued a transcript, and here is the video here now.
Important day for the country. Fellow citizens, I want to first express my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to all Liberians and friends of Liberia alike for the beautiful celebrations of the country's 175th Independence Day on July 26, 2022. I am also grateful to neighboring heads of state and other dignitaries who joined us to mark this very important milestone in our nation's history, including President Umaru Sissoco Embalo of Guinea-Bissau, President Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria, and President Adama Barrow of the Gambia. I also seize this opportunity to thank the government and people of the United States of America for the historical gift of solidarity, and to President Biden for his invitation to join him in Washington, D.C. in December to discuss peace and development along with other African leaders. Fellow Liberians, the main purpose of my address today is to denounce in the strongest terms the violence which was perpetrated by some youth in the early hours of July 26, when Liberians at home and abroad were just preparing to celebrate such an important day for the country.
First of all, let me hold the president over there, all right? First of all, it's not by some youth. See, the president has been misguided here. He's been misinformed here. What I think the president should be doing is not to speak now. The president need to give chance to the justice minister, the director of police, that's supposed to come out and provide a press briefing. But because the president had delay, and ignored the situation, and he had gotten a talk to from the U.S. embassy directly from the State Department, he decided not to take the bull by the horn. So when you hear the president say, "Oh, by some unknown individual or some individual," he's not saying the truth. You and I know that when Mr. Cummings came out and said they are against the Student Unification Party protest by CDC, government supporters, everyone saw it. We got video upon video here. So when Mr. Weir comes out and say, "Oh, by some people," he is clearly misinforming the people. Now, some people look at him and say the president lying, even though he very, very sensitive to these things. He doesn't understand that he is the president of Liberia. Our democracy operates on 4 pillars. One is freedom. The second is justice. The third is total representation. And the fourth is equity. He doesn't understand that. So he takes his personal feelings and want to apply it to what people say or do against him. We'll try to be as professional as we can on this platform here. But for him to say unknown individual, that is not a true statement, because we have video evidence. And thank God to social media. Nowadays, police all around the world, everybody around the world, the social media have made the world to be the actual meaning of looking at the globe now, right? When you see the globe behind me, you see a little globe up there. You just look at the globe like this, you can just spin it around. That is the reality we are now living with social media. All it takes is for you to follow anyone from any part of the world that is on Facebook. We also what happened over there. Now he come here to tell you that, by some individual. No, Mr. Weir, your information is deleted. All right. We know already what happened. The young babies already know what happened. So he is misinforming you, and I don't want you to be misinformed. Number two, there are 2 reasons that trigger him to come out of his hole. One, the pressure from Mr. Cummings, consistent and continual pressing on the message by allowing the Liberian people to speak and supporting the protest in terms of freedom of speech. Yes, because everybody, not because it's an independent day, I mean everybody should just go out there. No, even in America here, the June thing, you know what American has done? They started the June 19th celebration to coincide with July the 4th, because blacks never felt that July the 4th was an independent day. So what they did, they sat down and said, you know what? Instead of people staying away from our independence, we start with the celebration from the month of June through July the 4th. All right. So people can protest, not because it's a country independent, I mean everybody's free. No. Mr. Weir became president, he built all the condominium for himself. Did he attempt to build any for any Liberian? No. So that is inequality in itself, right? But then when the people try to express themselves, then he turned mad, he get very bitter. No. Mr. Weir only acted on the statement you are listening to right now, all because he wants to come to America. That is Mr. Weir's dream. Mr. Weir will sacrifice anything, he will do anything to come to the White House here, just to sit down there and say, Carrasco, take my picture. Carrasco, do this. And once that visit is complete, he is all good to go. Whatever happened in Liberia, he doesn't get a damn. And that's why I'm calling on all Liberians. Lift all your chest, pummel your chest. Make sure you get your winter jacket. When he shows up here in December, no matter which party you belong to, all Liberian under the man leadership are living in hell. Show up in Washington, D.C., protest, let the American people get to know that this man is not doing anything in the interest of the Liberian people. So let's listen to him more here as he disseminates this information to the people of Liberia. We already know the truth, but we just want to get hear how honest he is. And of course, he's not, right? Because for too long, the man have been playing people. He played me, he played a lot of people. Very dishonest behavior. Now it is time to cash in now, and we're going to cash in, guys. Let me progress here.
Violence is totally unacceptable. I have stressed in all my public engagements the need to maintain the hard-earned peace that we now enjoy. This is a cause for which I have learned personal sacrifice as an ambassador of peace. So if you claim to love me or follow my political ideology, you cannot do so with violence. Anyone or group that has my image on a banner in support of me and my government has to be peaceful, respectful, and tolerant.
So let me ask you guys this, right? Since Mr. Weir became the president of Liberia, have you heard what he just said to you a few seconds ago? Have you ever heard Mr. Weir speaking this way? Mr. Weir is afraid of the white man. Mr. Weir does not respect advice given to him by Liberians. Mr. Weir knows all these things have been happening in our country. He knows it. He sees it. But he don't give a damn. Only because he wants to come to America now, that now he knows that people wearing emblems. When Tilia Ure was attacked, let's forget about her party affiliation. But when Tilia Ure was attacked, we also, the car ran off the road and just dished down with the nose dishing down in the dish. Did you hear Mr. Weir coming out to make such a comment like this? Come on, guys. This is who Weir is. Did you hear Mr. Weir coming out to make such a comment like this? Did you hear that? When the auditor was in the car and they said there was a guy on the motorcycle and the auditor was in the car, they chopped the auditor. Did you hear Mr. Weir coming out to say anything like this? Folks, come on, help me up here. I got to go to bed so I can wake up early in the morning. But I need your help. Let's answer the question here. Did you see Mr. Weir getting up to answer this thing? And no. I will encourage Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings going forward. Any little piece of stick that breaks in our country, I want you to come out and speak against it. You also start selling yourself out there. Because your message today, it was one of the powerful message. It sent a shock wave to Mr. Weir. You are a powerful man, Mr. Cummings. Do not, I'll repeat myself, do not let that power down. You are becoming more of a presidential candidate now. The world is recognizing that now. Folks, just so you know, today I spoke to some elderly people in the country. Guess what they said? People are talking about Cummings now. Yes. People are talking about Cummings now. When you hear that brand man saying those things, it means that the Cummings brand now is gaining more weight. Because when J. Randy is on the team, he doesn't sleep. What he does, he get his leg up here and drink small. And every time he get late change, he come here and fire back and fire back and fire back and fire back. So we got a long way to go. We haven't started yet. So we got more to do. We are still preparing ourselves. But we are here. The independent supporters of Mr. Alexander Cummings, we are here. Our goal, our mission, our objective, our job tax, you need the rest, is to bring sedition here to come and vote for Mr. Cummings in 2023, is to bring folk from the Unity Party to vote for Mr. Cummings in 2023, and to also ask all the PB government officials. You can even be minister in the government. When you go in that ballot box, vote for George Weir. Vote for Cummings against George Weir. Do not give George Weir any second chance again. He's done. He is done. So the independent supporter of Mr. Cummings for president 2023 is to ask you, you can still be in your party and still vote for Alexander Cummings. Keep your party. Keep your membership. There is no pre-requirement to say, oh, you got to be ANC member. No. All we ask you is for you to come and give us the support. in the state of Georgia and Pennsylvania, the people of Pennsylvania voted for Donald Trump in 2020. No, I mean, not 2020. I think it was 2016, something like that. Yeah, 2016, 2017. And then the same people turned around and voted him out of office. Republican and Democrat in the first presidential bid of Donald Trump to make him president. Democrat joined Republican, they made Donald Trump president. On the flip side, they turned around, the Republican joined the Democrat and they voted Donald Trump out of office and brought into office Joe Biden. Today in Pennsylvania, the Republicans, they still Republicans. The Democrats are still Democrat. In Georgia, they the same thing. The Republicans are still Republican in the state of Georgia. The Democrats are still Democrat in the state of Georgia. And that is why the independent supporters of Alexander Cummings presidency come 2023, all we are asking you is to come and just give Mr. Cummings your vote and then go back to your party. Give him that 6 years. If he doesn't do anything, you come back to us and say, Lord J. Randy, they may not do anything. But this is why now this show is going to explain, and you will listen to Mr. Cummings himself explaining to you what he's going to do when you elect him as president. There is something he called the far what, and there is something he called the far how. The far what is, what is the problem here? And then he's going to listen for you. Then the how is, well, how are you going to solve the problem? And then he's going to give you the means to solve the problem. So when he give you that far wide, what thing, what are the things he's going to solve? All you need to do is to grab a pen, maybe your pencil, grab some kind of label, and you write everything down. When you vote him into office, by the time the first 100 day pass, 1 year pass, you start to check things small. But remember, it will take time. And then by the end of the first year, second year, you say, they may doing well here. They may doing well. And that will be what I describe as your own way to monitor what Mr. Cummings will do. And that's why I want to make sure you understand what Mr. Cummings is going to do. I don't want you to just come here and say, vote for Cummings, vote for... No. I want you yourself to be able to understand what Mr. Cummings is saying so that you can say, you know what, I'm going to vote for the man here. I am going to vote for the man because I can go outside there now and explain the thing to our people then. And that's what we're doing in Liberia now. Yes, that's what we're doing in Liberia. We are on the ground. And let me thank all my sisters in here who have really been here supporting the whole course here today. Yes. All right? Yes. Somebody say, oh, how you, let me see here. Somebody say something. Let me read here. Quick here. My sister here say, how are you, Mr. Dapo? I am watching you live on my own account tonight. You are so passionate and committed to anything you do. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now some of you guys getting to understand my character. Yes. And this person, thank you very much. That's who I am. Passionate about things. Very, very passionate. Very, very passionate. It's not about me. It is not about me. I'm not telling anyone in my life anymore that the day I get big. No, I'm already in my life. I'm already in my life. I'm already living my life now. But it's for the people back home. People need to replace us. Since I came from Jacksonville, that spirit just came into me. Some of you guys that was in here the first time when the show started, I was talking to this guy. It was my time during the CDC time. And what did I tell him on that show? In that video? All I needed is just for somebody to tell me thank you. For somebody to just to thank you for what you're doing. That is my strength. And I've seen it in Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings sent a text message 2 Fridays ago and said, thank you for what you're doing. I appreciate you. That alone It made me to go to bed and sleep sound that day and get up in the morning. Because when I look at that text message, I say, yes, at least somebody recognize what I'm doing. See, people can get satisfaction and be motivated to do something, not because of you giving them money and no. The emotional, the psychological connection you make to people and what make them committed. See, when people go to fight for their country, they don't worry about the pay they will get after they die. But the reason why they're going to fight for their country is because they know that they're going to protect a future that will come and take after them. Some of us down here, when we're campaigning, we are hoping that our energy, time, will be giving some sort of salute. And I even said it in a video that I started the show with tonight. I said in that video, if I reach out to the opposition, they will. And those of you who watch that, if you miss it, when the show ends, go back to the first 5, 10, 15 minutes of the show. And was I right? Yes, you bet I was right. So that's the situation we find ourselves in. So that come back to Mr. We are here. But we are here to expose him tonight. Go back and listen to him here.
You cannot support a man of peace by being violent. I also want to stress, as the founding father of the Congress for Democratic Change, now the Coalition for Democratic Change, that we do not have any CDC cop within our organization.
That's a lie. This one, I'll be very upfront with you and use that word. It is a lie. It is a lie. It is a lie. You know how? Let me show you guys something here now, right? Let's take a time out on our video. Let me show you guys something here. Yes. All right. So, forgot about the lady here. We're not talking about her tonight, right? If I let me come down here, I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller here. Let me prove Mr. Weir that what he just said is not true. All right? So let's blow the screen up here, and I'm sure you can see that, right? You see the date right here? Look right here, right under my picture here. What did it say here? October 7, 2020. This was me here. October the 7th, 2020. And I wrote, CDC COP, listen up. Counter-protest is counterproductive. Do not protest. Chairman Moba Molu or Chairman Molu, please stop those guys. That was me in that time. That was me in that time. For those of you that don't know me, I still got my 12th grade grace year from 1993 when I graduated from high school. Yes, I still got my Tomaha ID cards. I keep things. I'm a holder. I hold things. If I were to show you in all the offices in here, you'll be surprised. I hold things. Mr. Weir just misinformed you guys. Yes, that's what he did. He just misinformed you guys. Mr. Weir has been in the know of the CPP. He's been knowing them for a very long time. Yes. He's been knowing them. He knows them very well. So let him not jab you here and say he doesn't know them. Mr. Weir knows them. Yes. He knows them. All right. They existed. They started in 2020. That's when they started. The organizer said, oh, hold on, my body down here. I didn't plug it in here. Oh, Jesus Christ, Nazareth. Wow. Thank God I want that in there. Is it plugging now? Yes. Jeez. My battery was about to die. My battery was about to die. Thank God I just saw it. You know, when God will you, nothing can be against you. All right. So let me show you guys something here quickly here. Let me show you guys something quickly here so you guys can see. All right. Let me show you guys something quickly here. I'm looking at something here. You guys can see me, but I cannot see you guys. I'm trying to find something quickly here so that you guys can see. All right. All right. So let's make progress here. Okay. So where are we? Right here. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to share my screen with you right now. All right. Let me share my screen with you right now. All right. Share this screen. All right. So we're going to come right here. And we're going to share the screen here. You guys can see my screen now, right? Yes, you guys can see my screen. There you go. There you go. So there go the post here. This is my live Facebook page here. Very live right now. Very, very live. Yes, this is my live Facebook page here. All right. That's my live Facebook page right here, as you can see here. So this is live. This is my own page right here. So I wrote that thing. The other one was written on the 9th. That's me right here. For me, I keep all my things now. I want people to go there. Yeah, the one I just show you guys here. So I posted it on the 7th of October, as you can see here, October 7th, 2020 at 3:05 p.m. As you can see here. Thank God for technology. They don't have things yet. We were sounding the bell and whistle. Yes, we're sounding the bell and whistle to tell Mr. Weir. And this the next 2 days, I posted it here again, October the 9th, 2020. All right, at 8:20 p.m. We were doing all those things here, folks. All right, we're doing all those things. That's what we're doing. So, Mr. Weir, when he tell you guys that the COP does not exist, he's lying to you. You want to see more? Let's go to more. This one here was the 1 year anniversary of the COP.
That is CPP, took away from the COP and from the CDC 1 year ago. So
So as you can see, this is the famous CDC headquarters here. And this video courtesy to Front Page Africa. And that was recorded on October the 17th, 2021. And it was described as their anniversary date. So we're not going to play the entirety, but let's listen to what the guy is going to say here, right? So let's listen to them here.
They call all sorts of names for the sake of humanity for women. I will not repeat that words here that they have used on Young Bleed. These are the things that they have said on the period of time. So we want to tell the young people in the CPP, we once used to be like you. We were once deceived like you. While they are teaching you, we were taught that once upon a time. But since we come into the CDC, we have realized that this is the place to be. And the CDC is the home for every young people. So on this first anniversary of the CDC COP, we like to call on every young people in.
You heard the man? You heard the man there, right? You heard the man, folks. You heard the man. You heard the man. What did he say? On the first anniversary of the CDC COP. Gentlemen, you guys are looking at somebody. You know why the CDC people hate me? Because I'm very, very detailed. I They attract stuff, keep stuff. That's why they don't like to see the ground walk. Yes. So when I play the video, but at least we capture something in it. In the time to come, we'll play the video. But what we're trying to establish here is Mr. Weir, when he tell you that there's nothing in the COP, that is not true. Let's go to the live video here and listen to the other one here again, all right? Let's listen to this other one.
So quickly, the team of leaders from the National Executive here, we have Hassan Trawale, the head of Intelligence Services of the CDC Council of Patriots. We have Comrade Joshua Francisca, the Vice Chair for Operation of the CDC Council of Patriots, who is in road. We have Comrade Aaron Kofachi, he is the Public Relations Officer of the CDC Council of Patriots. We have Comrade Kendrick Pedena, he is the Vice Chair of Administration of the CDC Council of Patriots. And the man who I am serving has the paraphernalia to prepare the way so that he can come to speak to the Republic is no one else but Chairman Ben Believe Tofa. So about this junction, let me...
So the video you're watching right now, it was on December, let me see here, December the 15th, 2020. It was because the CDC COP started in September. They started to craft it by October, November. By December, they had already established the organization. So the guy you see speaking over there was just trying to reintroduce the members who are in a different position of the CDC COP. So when you hear Mr. We are telling you there is nothing as such in that organization, if you didn't know, now you know. Because Mr. Weir is not being honest to you, and that is why he needs to go. That is why he needs to go. Mr. Weir has been aware of these guys, but like I said, because he wants to come to the United States, that is why he's doing everything humanly possible, crooked possible, or crooked possible, whatever way we can describe that word, to tell you how he behaved. That is what he's doing. So the young people of CDC, let me say this to you guys. You are not bad guys. You guys got good heart. Yes, why? 12 years ago, 17 years ago, you put your life on hold for George Weir. You trusted him and believed in him. Yes, you guys did. But what has he done for you guys? Nothing. Just for Mr. Weir to come to America, he's now what? Behaving like Peter in the Bible. He's rejecting you guys now. He said, y'all don't exist. And you guys know that y'all were doing everything to defend him. But that's who Weir is. He uses people, and he continues to use you guys because he won't come to America now. He's telling the world that y'all don't exist. And they will prosecute you. They should arrest you. That's who he is. That's exactly who he is. I don't have no remote. Sorry, guys. For those who follow me, you know who's talking behind the camera there. Since you were born, she been giving me a hard time. So he actually denounced and denied the boys. And what we can do here is to invite them to come and join the Cummings team. They don't have to leave their party. You can remain with your CDC, but you know what your leader has done to you now. It's all about him. It's all about him. It's not about you. It's all about him. So let's play something here again from Mr. Cummings. Let's play something here from Mr. Cummings. And I love this one. Yes, I love this particular message. Let me see what I have here. Okay, this message here. I love this video here. This one right here.
We will not grow.
Listen to this.
I know we cannot change our past, but we can create our future. We can create our future. To do this, we must change the mindset that got us to where we are today. We must adopt a new national perspective that Liberia belongs to all Liberians. All Liberians, therefore, owe a duty to the country to be good citizens, to work as hard and as honestly as we can to make Liberia better.
And that's why Mr. Weah is not disseminating to the people. You see, today when Mr. Weah came out and read that message, denouncing and denying any association with the young people who willingly decide to protect Mr. Weah, just how they did for him 17 years ago now. He didn't recognize that the young people were doing it as citizens of Liberia to protect him. And when the time came for him to say, you know what, I take responsibility. See, Mr. Weah is an individual that do not take responsibility. Even Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, when Robert Sirleaf broke no car down, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came out and said, you know what, I take full responsibility. These boys, you and I know that they are sedition. They have proven it to us time over time. But instead of Mr. Weah saying to the public today that I, George Weah, take full responsibility for what happened, and we're going to investigate and determine the next course of action. But I'm calling on all partisans. I am a peace guy. And if you decide to follow me, I want you to also listen to me. Mr. Weah did not do that. Mr. Weah never did that. He never did that. Mr. Weah should have taken the responsibility, the accountability. But what did he do? He denounced the young guys and he denied them. That's what he did. Any leader that got people that supporting him or her would take that bold step and say, you know why? I take responsibility for what happened and we'll get to the bottom of this. Now he had disowned a young man, and this is where now I'm calling on all ANC and CPP under the Cummings umbrella. Let us open our hands to these guys. Because where they are now, the last thing they want to do is for somebody to make mockery out of them. We shouldn't do that. Listen to Cummings speaking on the issue of being a good citizen. Listen.
For ourselves and for our children. Good citizens do not steal from the people. Good citizens do not deceive the people.
And that's exactly what Mr. Weah did. That's exactly what Mr. Weah did in that speech today. Those boys have been very loyal to him. They had done things to defend him. But as first citizen of the country, what did Mr. Weah do? He deceived them. He let them down. He tossed them to the wayside. That's what Mr. Weah did. He tossed them to the wayside because that's who he is. That's who he is. So we should do everything humanly possible to get the young people back and give them some second chance.
Good citizens stand for what is right for the country, even if they anger a few friends and political allies. The fundamental duty of citizenship, of belonging to Liberia and being called a Liberian citizen, is to build a better country.
Yep.
Obedience to the law is a duty of good citizenship. Good citizens take responsibility and accept the failures of getting it wrong, as they will accept the failures of getting it right. National leaders, political, religious, community, and traditional, must be more accountable to each other and to our country. Leaders must lead by good examples so that others are encouraged to follow. We will not grow until we allow our visions, expectations, dreams, and aspirations to also grow.
Yes. And that is why this show here, this show we are running here, that is why we are starting to do here tonight. We will continue to promote the common vision on the show. So starting today, tomorrow, we will push the common vision forward. So I would like to say a big thank you to every one of you guys who turned out today. And let me apologize because I should have started the show since 8:30, 8 o'clock today, but I got caught up with a few things. We will be back here tomorrow, 8 o'clock, keeping my finger crossed for us to move forward with the broadcast. So we bring reality that is happening on the ground, and then we will look at Mr. Common Vision and then apply that, right? And then apply that to what is happening and how his vision, the far what and the far how it will help with your help and the people of Liberia on the ground help to make our country better. Think about this. We have the Ministry of Youth and Sports, right? Yes. We say we have something we call the Ministry of Youth and Sports. But all you see them doing every day, they only playing football, football, football. But it says what? Ministry of Youth and Sports. But all you see them doing, they just playing football. So I would suggest, under we are administration, just call that ministry the Ministry of Football. Do not call it Ministry of Youth and Sports. Just call it the Ministry of Football. That's all I see in there. Yes. So I'd like to say a big thank you to every one of you guys. And thank you so much. Tomorrow, by God's grace, we will be back here. But those of you who follow me in the morning, join me in the morning. Around 4 a.m., we will be live in Liberia because that is our mission. We'll be live in Liberia. We are doing everything possible. Yes, we are doing everything possible. We are doing everything possible from now to December. If any one of you guys visit Liberia, I'm not saying Monrovia or Mossoraro County. If you visit Liberia and decide to go to Cape Mount, Bapolu, Riverses, the name Alexander B. Cummings, you will start to hear that name across the country. So our milestone here, or our projection here, our long-term plan, we want to benchmark the immediate action plan now to start to engage the people on the ground, getting other people to engage in our strategy plan. And then by December, we are hoping that 55% of the country will understand and get to know not only Mr. Cummings, but what his vision is all about. That's something that I have committed myself to doing, and I will not stop as long as God give me the strength. I will use the opportunity here. The country is in the wrong direction, and I don't think you or me should sit down and allow the country to be ruined by giving Mr. Weir a second chance. We have to put everything into this fight now. We have to put everything into the fight because this man is not going to change anything. So thank you guys so much for the opportunity. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity. We will be here tomorrow. All right. We will be here tomorrow. And then how they call it, Wednesday, depending on how things go, we will also be here. So thank you guys so much. Somebody say, hey Randy, please don't you call them. Let me see what the person says here. He said, Randy, hey Randy, please don't call them. Let it come by yourself. Need to influence them to join. No, we have to reach out. All right. Mona, we have to reach out. Mr. Cummings is very, very open. And one of the things that I am guided by on this show here, and as I commit myself to Mr. Cummings, is to listen to what Mr. Cummings is trying to do. Mr. Cummings has always said that he welcomes anybody and everybody to the party. So I think we should follow what he wants. He is the leader. There are times that we can provide our own comment, but I think what he's saying, that we should welcome everybody, I'm going to be reaching out. I will be reaching out. Yes, I'll be reaching out. If nobody want to take that step, I'll be the one to take that step. If they don't want to reach out with their hands, I'll be the one to reach out with my hands. The boys need all the help in the world. They have been used for many, many years. Today, they don't have $5 in a bank account. They don't have any skills to retain themselves and take care of themselves. So we have to reach out. We have to reach out. Don't wait for them. Reach out to them. I encourage every one of you guys. Let us reach out to them. All right? So it's something that I would say, don't put your feelings over the right thing to do. Because many times when we inject our personal feelings, it kind of defeat what we want to achieve. And so let's reach out to them. Yeah, let's reach out to them. Let us reach out to them and and welcome them. The president had thrown the guy under the bus. He clearly and squarely said that they don't exist. They do not exist. But we have video evidence that show that they exist. Yes, we have video evidence that show that they exist. Exactly. So that's what he's doing. So please, guys, let us be the citizen that Mr. Cummings just said in the message here. Let us do the right thing. We should always learn to do the right thing in the right way for all the right reasons. They are our brothers and sisters, and we cannot let them down. They need all the help from us. So I would like to say a big thank you to you guys. Tomorrow we'll be back here. All right. We'll be back here tomorrow. All right. We'll be back here tomorrow. And that's why we have the independent supporters of Alexander Cummings. We will go after them. We'll beg them. We'll bring them here. Because this is the place. If I can leave from my comfort zone and go to Florida and never imagine that I could have the greatest smile of my life, I want other people to enjoy that too. The ANC is a place that gives you comfort. They give you what you deserve as a human being. Just on 1 month, I met Mr. Cummings on July the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd. If I tell you how many times we had exchanged messages, call, you won't believe it. And that kind of make me to look back and say, wow, what did I miss all these years? Here am I here who campaigned for somebody since 2015. Not even an okay, that the finger up like this. I didn't even get that. But here is somebody who texting, calling, and saying you're doing a great job. I know what I'm getting from this party. And I'm not going to shut the door down or keep my mouth closed to other Liberians. They need to come here and come see what is happening here. I don't want them to judge Mr. Cummings from a distance. I want them to get closer to understand Mr. Cummings. That is my goal. Guys, you hit that like button. Hit the like button. We are done. We are done. My great soldier, Umantro. I promised to give you a call today. I forgot. Hopefully by tomorrow, I will be reaching out to you guys to let you guys know we have results. Yes, we have results, and we will be able to bring you that information. So, guys, we have our Big 10. All right, our Big 10 are people who are committed to this show, who want to make sure that we get beyond all boundary lines in Liberia by promoting Mr. Cummings. So it is very, very easy to be the Big 10. You just gotta be committed. You just gotta be committed. That's all. You just gotta be committed. Not getting in the morning now. It's not that getting on in the morning. No, if you can't get on in the morning, that's fine. I know I got some brave soldier here that get on in the morning here to be here. So, guys, I see you guys. I will be back here around 4 a.m. So I have to run. And I see you guys, and thank you guys so much. Thank you for the effort. I will not hold you guys up like this, especially on the first day of the week, because I know you guys got to go to work early. Tomorrow we will be here at 8. I promise you guys we'll be at 8, and then we'll run it from 8 to 9, and then you can take that other rest of the hours, do something before you go to bed. So my apologies to everyone for coming on late. Sorry, and we'll make it up to you guys tomorrow and the following day. Until then, I just say pleasant night, good night to you, and we will see you